Welcome back to the 7 Sports Gate. Pistons sitting at 6-6, third in the Central Division. Guy who travels with the team. He's always with them. He basically lives in the locker room. Blake Griffin's personal assistant, Johnny Kane, Fox Sports Detroit is here. This Pistons team, look, they lose to the Hornets, which is a young, exciting team. A lot of talent for Charlotte. But overall, when we look at the Pistons so far this season, are we seeing kind of who they are, or do they have another gear to give?
Oh, no. The upward trajectory is there. And you might think that, oh, he's a homer.
Nah.
Well, some people will say, Twitterverse, but
no, they're very positive these days. About everything. Twitter's positive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, social media is a good place to live.
It's a good place. If you need a boost of morale.
But I will say, no, honestly, I do get a chance to be around those guys on a daily basis. You have to understand, again, it's new system. We know what Dwayne Casey obviously is capable of doing, but they are changing the way that they've done things from the previous regime. But basically, they know where they want to take their threes. They want it, or where they want to take their shots. They either want to take threes or everything within the painted area. You're not going to see a lot of mid-range floaters. The mid-range game, for all intents and purposes in the NBA, is kind of going away, at least here in Detroit. So it's right now, guys are going to have to understand where their offense is coming from. When you're used to maybe shooting floaters in the lane or turnaround jumpers, from 16 feet, now we're saying, hey, you know what? 90% of our offense needs to be from 19, or from
outside the perimeter,
beyond the arc, or we're going to take it right in the painted area and try to get it right at the rim. So once that comfort level starts to set in, guys understand where the shots are coming from throughout the spacing on the floor, we'll be fine. We're 11 games, 12 games in.
Give us a sense of, as you travel around the league and you're in different arenas and you see different fan bases show up and show out for a product like the NBA, which is growing. I would say nationally, it certainly is one of the biggest sports around. Here in Detroit, it's maybe lagging behind some of the other sports we have, but where does it compare?
We were just in Atlanta, and
it's abysmal down there.
Yeah.
I do love Trae Young.
You can hear yourself think.
I love Trae Young.
No, he's a good player. He's a really nice kid.
I love him.
He's a nice
Watched
kid.
him play at Oklahoma,
Yeah, he's a nice,
sorry, go ahead.
No, he's a very good kid. I had a chance to talk with him when we were out there. But no, I mean, yeah, some arenas. Okay, Philadelphia, those guys pack the house. Obviously, in Golden State, they pack the house. By and large, there are some nice venues around the league. I think here in Detroit, to be honest with you, when there's a good opponent in town and people show out, I still feel like a lot of the experience of going down to Little Caesars Arena is a lot of first-timers that are still coming down. And so even when I had a buddy of mine who's a diehard Red Wings fan, we went to a Wings game, and we got in about 8 minutes into the period because we were still taking a look at some of the ancillary things. So I think if everybody was just, hey, come on, it's not like it used to be. It's like, now find your seats. There's so much other stuff to do and see that maybe the product on the floor is like, you're like, well, we'll get there.
I want an arcade to be built in there personally. That's just, I want to play some games.
Hey, in Atlanta, they just redid the arena or renovated it, so you can get your hair cut while watching the game. You can work on your golf swing.
They got a simulator. Let's go, road trip.
Dude, I am in. What's the Pistons ceiling?
He's a
5 seed? 4 seed?
Yeah, they could get top 4. Okay. Realistically, you could get top 4.
Top 4 is
It would be interesting to see, but hey, at the same time, Red Wings, Pistons.
Which one? Top 4 is Zion?
Zion. But that's just me. That's just me. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. If you want to guys chime in on anything we've talked about, use the hashtag 7SportsCave. I'll get to those tweets in just a minute before we wrap up the show. Special shout out to a very special football coach who is no longer going to be participating. That's coming up next in the 7 Sports Cave. Stay with us.